Next up, Nicholas Moses and Jason Ramirez.
Here we go, fight fans, moving right along with your next bout of the evening. This will be our final kickboxing bout on this card. It goes down inside the light heavyweight division and is sponsored by EMD. And now, please welcome your first fighter to the cage. Put your hands together for Jason Ramirez.
Jason Ramirez stepping in on short notice, essentially, for this matchup, this kickboxing matchup against Nicholas Moses. Jason All Smiles Ramirez is a kickboxer training at V-Fit House of Champions in Arlington, Texas. 6 feet tall, 189.1 pounds. And this is, I personally had a lot of trouble finding a matchup for Nicholas Moses. You ultimately got this thing done, and we got this thing done ultimately, and here we are in a kickboxing matchup.
Absolutely, Jason Ramirez stepping up, training with the legendary Robert Visitation, who's just right behind him, a kickboxing legend and a well-trained kickboxer. Jason Ramirez, probably not the bigger fighter tonight, but certainly the more experienced fighter, especially when it comes to kickboxing. And he will be the more skilled and have more tools, just because he comes from a Muay Thai background, has quite a bit of experience in the kickboxing realm. And yeah, looking forward to going out there and trying to showcase his skill set. Dynamic skill set, punches, kicks, no knees or elbows tonight, but you gotta imagine he's gonna be putting things together, working the levels like other practitioners we've seen tonight.
He's on a 5-fight win streak. He's got 2 titles, 1 in Muay Thai, 1 in kickboxing. He's been knocking people out left and right for the last year. A lot of credit for Nicholas Moses to even take this fight. Moses will be bigger. He'll probably potentially have a bit more power here, but as you said, the background, the skill set, the kickboxing prowess of Jason Ramirez will certainly be in his favor here tonight. This is a very interesting matchup. I'm curious to see how this goes. Jason Ramirez, certainly an elite kickboxer with 2 titles.
And now, Ruston, Louisiana. Please welcome his opponent to the cage. Put your hands together for Nicholas Moses.
Nicholas Moses, they call him Nemo, making the walk here in front of his fans in Ruston, Louisiana. He trains at the Triad Martial Arts Academy of Ruston. 6'4", 190 pounds. And you know, Matt, if this was an MMA matchup, Nicholas Moses would be such a huge favorite. But this is kickboxing, but he's got that kickboxing background as well. He's willing to go out there and fight anyone. He's 4-1. He had a sensational up kick finish over Devontae Anderson, who we saw get a big win earlier here in the night. Nicholas Moses, really game, and you got to give him a lot of credit for taking this fight.
Absolutely, really game, has no problem stepping out of the realm that he may or may not be comfortable with. And I will say this about Nicholas Moses: every time he's out there, he's a little better than he was before. And anytime he's been put into a position where he had to utilize or use a different skill set, even make an adjustment on the fly, he's always impressed me. He's always overachieved to me, and I expect much of the same tonight. This dude's big, too, knows how to fight behind his jab, and we've seen some good kickboxing from him in the past. I would not be surprised if he's able to rise to the occasion tonight, maybe even because he's standing in front of such a good kickboxer, meet that level, and look good as well.
He was originally scheduled to fight Caleb Ernst. That didn't end up working out, which was going to be a banger for an MMA matchup, by the way. And I talked to Moses a couple weeks ago on the AKA pod. He said, look, I don't care. I will fight anyone. And you got to just respect the hell out of that attitude. He's taking a tough fight here. I do want everybody to understand this is a legitimately tough fight for Nicholas Moses, but he's got a chance to really prove his striking here tonight at AKA 50.
Here we go, fight fans. 3 rounds of kickboxing action inside the AKA light heavyweight division, a catchweight of 190 pounds. This fight being brought to you by EMD. And now, introducing your first fighter. Fighting out of the Bayou Raps blue corner. This man is a kickboxer representing the V-Fit House of Champions. He stands 6 feet even, weighing in at 189 pounds. fighting out of Arlington, Texas, here is Jason All Smiles Ramirez. And now, introducing his opponent, fighting out of the EMD red corner. This man is a kickboxer representing the Triad Martial Arts Academy of Ruston. He stands 6 feet 4 inches tall, weighing in at 190 pounds, fighting out of Ruston, Louisiana. Here is Nicholas Nemo Moses.
Ready for a kickboxing matchup, Ramirez and Moses. Chris Hill has the assignment for this one. This is a really intriguing matchup here. I'm curious to see how this goes. 3 2-minute rounds.
Nicholas Moses just lunging in, kind of leading with his face, runs into some straight punches.
Great
sharp
jab, so sharp.
Moses kind of able to time a teep of his own there and knock Ramirez off balance.
Moses trying to get in there and just slug, almost some dirty boxing, if you will.
Just chin just a little high. Ramirez taking full advantage of it.
Moses absorbing some big shots. He's wearing them well.
And Nemo's tough. Flips up a crescent kick or something of the sort. Gotta be careful. Ramirez just so sharp with his straight punches.
So sharp.
Sharp jab to the low kick. Scores for Ramirez. Good feint. Again, Nemo just carrying that chin a little high.
Yeah, that jab keeps finding its mark. Nemo trying to get some shots here on the inside.
A little bit of dirty boxing in there. I don't know if they're supposed to be doing that, referee.
Good shot to the body from Ramirez. He's coming, firing it. Moses now.
Nemo just carrying his hands kind of at chest level. Ramirez punches to the body. Right hand to the top, goes back to the body again. A little more dirty boxing.
Yeah, Moses doing some work there on the inside. Chin, he's just keeping it so high, keeps taking these shots. You could see he wanted to take him down right there. He thought about it as they were clinched up. Again, you got to give Nicholas Moses so much credit for even taking on such a skilled and experienced kickboxer. Chris Hill letting him go in here. Some good stuff inside from Moses. That's where he's having his most success for sure.
Gotta let him clinch a little bit because honestly, that's the only place where Nemo is able to find his mark a little bit. Good, nice work from Jason Ramirez. Just a little too fleet on his feet.
Yep.
Has himself in better position, just fundamentally with his hand position and his chin. Right there is where Nemo was able to kind of knock the base out from under Jason Ramirez. Again, right there, straight left hand, straight to the chin. This was all the success. Honestly, most of Nemo's best work, as we would expect, was in the clinch. But I don't know if this is I think this is a kickboxing fight. There's not supposed to be clinch.
Chris Hill letting it go on, and maybe Ramirez not necessarily prepared for that, but Moses has found his best work inside. The crispness and just the speed of that jab for Ramirez has been on full display in the first round as well.
So sharp, just from point A to point B. Good positioning, stays behind his shoulder. Nemo just, leading with his head a little bit, running into punches more than they're even finding him. So Ramirez just finding a home for that right hand again and again.
Good knee a moment ago from Ramirez. Moses looking for that teep kick up the middle.
Straight right hand from Moses. Parries that teep, able to find some dirty boxing in here. Jason Ramirez says, if he's gonna let me clinch, I'm gonna knee his belly.
And that's that Muay Thai background, right?
Again, I think this is a kickboxing fight.
I'm saying, but he's got a lot of Muay Thai in it for sure.
But knees aren't even permitted. Like, what are we doing out here? But it's all good. I mean, if you're going to let Nemo, you know, do some dirty boxing, I think it's perfectly fine that Ramirez is letting go of these knees. And it makes for entertainment, if nothing else.
They're just scrapping at this point. Oh, another vicious shot to the body from Ramirez.
And Ramirez intentional with going to the body and sets up a big, strong hook to the head, and Nemo eats it like a piece of pie. What a chin from Nemo. He has taken some big shots tonight, no doubt.
Well, we knew that about Nemo coming in. He's incredibly tough. He's such a great grappler, too. Obviously not getting a chance to put that on display here tonight.
Jason Ramirez having so much success from standing in this southpaw stance and just sending that straight left. Evades the kick from Nicholas Moses. Nicholas a little busy here, but off the defense of Jason Ramirez.
There's a knee, another knee up the middle. 3 of them for Ramirez.
These boys are scrapping.
They're scrapping, no doubt. Nicholas Moses still standing strong here at the end of round number 3, but Jason Ramirez flying around the cage pretty high right now after 2 rounds.
Yeah, feeling good in there, feeling comfortable, kind of finding a little bit of his swag in there this time around, evading some good shots just right there at the end, skating in, skating out. Nicholas Moses, tough. You know, there is no doubt that he is here to scrap. Just having a difficult time with the more technically sound kickboxer. Beautiful straight left to the body there with intention, trying to get Moses's attention down low, and then he loops that left hook over the top. That was a big moment. Honestly, if he would have sent that kick, it might have rang him up. Right there again, just stepping out, delivering offense, stepping back, evading anything that's coming back. Beautiful stuff from Jason Ramirez.
You can see why Ramirez holds a couple of titles in kickboxing and Muay Thai. Very crisp, does a great job with his range. 2 minutes to go, though.
Moses closing the distance.
Firing some knees of his own.
I think he's recognized that out long is where Ramirez is stinging him and snapping his chin back. So he's trying to close that area down a little bit so he's not eating these straight shots. But these are hard knees to the body.
Very hard knees. The hardest knees we've seen so far in this fight. Good left hand from Ramirez as well.
Beautiful left hand, nice and compact. And I think Nemo is hurt right now.
He is, for sure. He's eating a lot of shots.
1 minute and 30 seconds left in the round. Nemo needs to keep his guard up, needs to keep that chin tucked. Another thing he's doing is he's kind of looking away from what's coming, and it's hard to absorb a shot when you don't keep your eyes on it.
One of Ramirez's hardest shots of the fight lands there.
Hard punches.
He's looking for a kill here, it seems. Chris Hill breaking him back up. 60 seconds to go. Shot to the body from Ramirez.
Ramirez does so as if he's going to come back to the top right there. He goes to the body with such intention to try to get your eyes there, and then he answers immediately back with a shot to the head. And he's had a lot of success doing that tonight and landed some very flush punches. A little audible Muay Thai, why not?
Man, those knees are vicious from him as well. Nemo just walked into a big shot there.
Ramirez just so balanced, so measured, steps back, finds that left hook.
Credit to Nicholas Moses for even stepping in here tonight in such a short notice, tough opponent, fighting him in his discipline.
So much heart. What a battler Nicholas Moses is.
He's got all my respect, man.
Jason steps back in that southpaw stance, straight left, uppercut to end the round. What a scrap. What a performance by Jason Ramirez.
Yep.
So much toughness, so much grit from Nicholas Moses. Exactly what you would expect.
Hell of a fight for Jason Ramirez, and again, just so much respect for Nicholas Moses for stepping in here and doing this. And look, if that's a real fight, Nicholas Moses wins that 100 out of 100 times. But this was kickboxing. Jason Ramirez showing off his discipline, his practice.
If it were an MMA fight, make no mistake. Like, though I too view MMA as true combat, this is a fight, and these guys came in tonight and they certainly brought it and was able, obviously, Jason, we talked about it from the onset, and, you know, it kind of played out somewhat like we might have thought it would, but based off of just looking at it on paper. And we know what Nicholas Moses is. He's a gritty guy, a good fighter, heavy-handed, but needs to work on and develop that skill set. And I think this, you know, tonight's a good fight. He was able to come out here, weather the storm, go through 3 rounds with a guy who's on a knockout streak, like we said. So much toughness, so many things to take away from this for Nicholas Moses. And like just the fundamentals, the small things, because Jason Ramirez didn't beat him with a bunch of glitz and glam, jabs and crosses, good positioning, chin tuck, things that Nicholas Moses can correct.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of fast and furious kickboxing action, we are going to the judges' scorecard. All 3 judges have seen and scored this bout the same way, therefore declaring your winner by unanimous decision. Fighting in the blue corner, Jason All Smiles Ramirez.
And Jason Ramirez will walk out of the cage tonight with all smiles and a 6-fight win streak. Took care of business. He showed up here tonight and he knew what he came to do. Took care of business against Nicholas Moses. You know, I don't want to beat a dead horse. Respect to Moses for even stepping in here and taking this on such short notice against a tough opponent. But ultimately, it's Jason Ramirez's skill and skill set that is on full display here.
That young man's got some skills.
Yeah, he does.
Sure.
He's very talented. I'd love to see him again. You know, get maybe a legitimate kickboxer. See if we can make a matchup happen. The great stuff by Jason Ramirez, riding a 6-fight win streak. That's going to do it for our undercard. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we've got 3 bangers for you, including 2 bare knuckle boxing bouts.